Woo! Alright, welcome to another edition of Laramay's Laugh. I was on vacation and I've been feeling pretty good. Didn't have anything to rant about until now, September 7th at 7:45 p.m. and I'm sitting here just relaxing on my computer, and what is going on outside but fireworks guy? Oh my god, here we go, folks. Fireworks guy. Okay, now I don't want to make this sound like hockey goalie guy, but fireworks guy probably fits within the same category. He's probably like, 40 years old, balding. Not to mention the fact that fireworks guy is always living in like regular old suburbia where apparently noise ordinances and police don't patrol ever. I mean, it makes you feel really safe knowing that where houses are literally 5 feet apart, there's an idiot shooting off incendiaries in his backyard that is about the size of my 750 square foot apartment. I broadcast from New York State, where it is illegal to actually own fireworks. Okay, maybe you can correct me. Maybe it's illegal to buy them in New York State, but we live like on the border of Pennsylvania. Seriously, if you're spending that much time driving 3 hours to Pennsylvania just to buy fireworks for what? Your kid's high school graduate? Well, it's September 7th. What is actually going on September 7th at 7 o'clock? It's like, what did you do? Pound some Coors Light? Or what's a cheaper beer? Like, I don't know, Pabst Blue Ribbon? Or like some Colt 44? And you're just like, it's Friday at 7:53 and it's September 7th. I'm gonna go make some fucking noise in my backyard and launch some fireworks. And it's never actually like good fireworks. It's just noise. It just sounds like somebody stomping on bubble wrap. Like, if I had some bubble wrap here, maybe I can actually find some bubble wrap. This is what it actually sounds like with fireworks guy. And this shit will last for like an hour, all hours of the night. It's like this guy just has a whole garage full of these noise-making firecrackers. Like, I don't get it. I can make more noise throwing rocks in the parking lot. Just clunk, 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 clunk. I can make more noise smashing windows. I mean, I don't understand. Like, oh, I'm gonna make some noise. Everybody come look at me. And what's worse is that people do. And then later, 2 hours into the snap, snap, snappy, snap noise, you hear other people going, which totally sounds like Planet of the Apes or like any Zombie Land movie or Resident Evil or whatever your favorite zombie game is, because they're all just completely wasted on, I don't even know how can you get wasted on beer? It's like 7% alcohol per volume, and it's so watered down, but yet people are like, oh, I'm drunk, and suddenly half the block is over there just drunk on shitty watered down beer, watching nothing. They're just listening to noise. And then there's the occasional woo, yeah, which is the same thing as somebody going into a concert drinking $17 beers, and then 10 minutes into Boston's More Than a Feeling, they yell, "Free Bird, play Free Bird," and you're like, dude, it's 10 minutes into the concert, it's $20 at the fair, you're drinking beers that are costing more than your ticket, and you're yelling Free Bird. These are the same people that go to fireworks guy's snap, snap, snappy, snap display that lasts an hour and a half. And what does he do after he's done? Before we get to that, there's always the obligatory police siren or a fire truck alarm, and you can't actually tell where it's going because it sounds in the distance. But you know what I'm thinking? And you probably, if you deal with fireworks guy, you're thinking the same thing too. You are thinking the same freaking thing that I'm thinking whenever I hear it. You're thinking, and if you don't think it, it's either because you are A, fireworks guy, or B, not listening to this show because you think that I'm an asshole. So here's what you're thinking. Please, God, I hope that you made him burn his house down before his total lack of training causes his stupid noise-making bullshit to burn mine down. To which I will have to go outside with my Louisville Slugger and bash his fucking face in. Or even better if you're like really sadistic. Please, God, I hope he blew his frickin' arm off. More specifically, his dominant arm, so he can spend his time lonely, unable to actually do anything he wants to. Now wait a minute. Why are you making fun of amputees, man? I am not making fun of amputees. Having your arm blown off because you were actually doing something useful is one thing. Having your arm blown off because you were being an idiot makes you a loser. Okay, do you understand? Having your arm blown off because you were, say, in the war makes you a hero because you were actually doing something for me, which I appreciate. Having your arm blown off because you were in the backyard drinking watered-down beer, having people pay attention to your weak-ass beer-drinking Camaro owning or MX-3 small little two-door convertible owning ass makes you a loser. No, these people aren't actually trained to launch fireworks. They're just waving them around. Somebody get me my Zippo. Let's like throw this on the ground and light it. I mean, how can you actually be licensed to launch fireworks in a space smaller than a vacant lot in New York City? Okay, just letting you know. Look, I'm 5'9", 150 pounds, and I drink man drinks, you know, gin, whiskey, rum, things that are like 80 volume, you know, 40% or whatever, and it takes me a while to where I'm to the point where somebody stomping on bubble wrap or punching a wall is entertaining to me. I mean, if you touch a 6-pack of beer and then you're sitting in your backyard going, yay, let's launch some noise, then you're a loser. Just go inside and hit your head off the stove, because it'll honestly make the same noise that you're trying to achieve by snapping snappers on your driveway. And then it's like, you know, 2 hours after the beginning, and you're like, I haven't heard anything in a while. And then all of a sudden, you hear... And do you know what the sound of that is? That's the sound of all the shit blowing up in your driveway or backyard after you already went inside to watch ESPN Sports Center and to eat your Hot Pockets because you told your wife to make dinner and she forgot about you. That's the sound of all the shit blowing up in your driveway. Your thin, narrow little driveway that you still own a pickup truck. Wait, a V6 pickup truck, which is like the worst kind, the sissiest. I'm a man. Wait, no, I'm not. I'm married and I have 3 children who hate me. That's the kind of pickup truck you own. To make it worse, Fireworks Guy usually has, you guessed it, a plow on the V6 pickup truck in suburbia that he uses to plow his driveway so that he can launch his shitty little poppy show. And then at 9:39 p.m., not even lying, a real fireworks show from a real person who's actually trained for a real reason that's worthwhile starts going off, and Fireworks Guy goes into bed 2 hours after his wife's already in bed, faces the other direction, doesn't say anything because he's humiliated. Oh, did I mention bald? This has been another edition of Laramay's Laugh, and out. This episode of Laramay's Laugh brought to you by Sir Robert Burnett's London Distilled Gin, Subway Eat Fresh, and Sprite. Thank you and have a good night.